to the End Time Truth Television, the channel for the lovers of truth, for the truth of the end time. So if you are a lover of truth, give us a subscription and God bless you. Shalom.
Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I want to say may the good Lord bless and preserve you in the name of Jesus Christ. A lot of people have been sending me messages and asking if all is well with me. Yes, indeed, all has been well with me by the grace of God. I am here, just that I traveled for a crusade, and so from there I came back to my base, and I will soon return to my village where I have those greenish background. But before then, I just want us to look at this. As the Ruth Matthews case with Jeremiah Omoto Fufeyin continues to roll around, and certain inconsistencies that have come to mar the case for the woman, a lot of people have been coming up, and everybody is like, okay, there are inconsistencies, but something that cannot be changed remains the fact that the woman's son is missing. And absolutely, this is just where all of us comes to meet. This is where we meet. So this is the point where we meet. Somebody was making mention of this, that because of what I'm doing, that is like I'm having disease, because maybe the curse of his papas have certainly fallen upon me. Now if you are sane enough, you will understand that this is the gathering of bad blood. I mistakenly locked my finger, or how do I put it now? I was trying to close the vehicle booth, and so my finger was underneath it, and then the pain was excruciating. But I can promise you that it is not from your papas, not from your prophets. It happens. It was an accident, so that is a bad way. So we all agree on a certain juncture that the common thing here is that Ruth Matthews' son is missing. Taking me back to that video that I did, where I was asking, what if Ruth has not been saying the truth? Now I'm looking at this now, and I'm also looking at what came up soon after Ruth was arrested and released, and then she was in the company of that woman whom has come across so many of us as a mole that was planted in this case in order to destabilize this case. The story of Ruth's son that came out contradicting what happened, and Ruth also said that was true. So that aspect of the story that Ruth's son brought up, that actually cleared the air, that made it open, explain the fact that Ruth has actually not been consistent with the story. She has not been telling the truth of what has happened. Now, many people have come out and spoken on that, and a lot of us have been like, let us look away from that, let's just move on. I want you to understand that if you must come to equity, you must come with hands clean, and this is what I am trying to establish in this video. Then I will go ahead to tell you where and how I believe that Jeremiah Omoto Fufeyin has a lot to explain, irrespective of the fact that he promised he was going to bring out the child, and suddenly he came out 4 days after that promise. He changed the narratives, that he never said so, that it was like people didn't understand what he said. So here I just want you to please look at this. Ruth came after her son had provided that information, that this was what really happened, that not that baby testimony was taken from inside the compound, and not as if Ruth did not know how that boy got missing. She knew, and then that angle has actually come to be believed by everybody. While some blaming Ruth, some are looking at it that being frustrated and vulnerable and all that she could not be thinking well. Now, but we should not forget the fact that Ruth brought somebody in. There was a pastor that she mentioned, whom she said told her to change her story. Now that pastor has been interviewed by Maureen Badejo, and the pastor has something to say. Please, I will beg you to be patient. Patiently listen. This video might be a bit longer than what you are used to, but if you only will pay attention, if you only will be patient enough to watch till the end, you will get to the point where I am getting to. So you got to listen to this part of it. You may have watched this part from Maureen Badejo's channel, and credit to her for her consistency with the story. And this is how actually I think maturity should have been brought into these things, but unfortunately it has gone the way it has gone. But then I have something to show you in this video. Please don't go away.
Thank you very much, sir. God bless you. But there's something that I really want to confirm. Ruth alleged that when you came, that her father gave you her number. You called when you got to her. She told you that she is the one that instructed her own son, Triumph, to take those two women to where they are selling Indomie. And you said, if you put this story like this, you are going to implicate yourself. Oh. You now tell her that she should change the story. That was why she changed the story. You told her to lie. That was why she changed the story that Juliet and stuff like that. So you are saying it is not correct.
See, when I had that thing, I heard her personally.
Okay.
I heard her make a comment. And that is on, that was yesterday on social media.
Okay.
Nothing could be more shocking to me than that statement. Nothing could ever be more shocking to me.
You know, it is quite possible that some persons will be saying that the pastor is lying. But if actually you have a listening ear and you can analyze somebody's pain, that man was in deep sorrow in the clip that you have just listened to. Now, let's look at this other fact. Ruth came out and said Jeremiah had offered her 2 million naira to keep quiet, and this thing was not done because people were asking, was there a proof? Because Ruth had lied. You know, it looked like every other thing she has been saying could also be lie. Now, so
she said something again. She said, "Why you are at the police station? That the police, Mercyland people came, and you were there, and they offered her 2 million naira that she should forget about the case." How true is this, sir? Before God and man, sir. She said that why at the police station?
Yes.
With the security of the people, the representative of Jeremiah Omoto Fufeyin, they offered her 2 million naira to forget about her son, and you were there. How true is this?
Absolutely true. Absolutely true.
Absolutely true. Hello, sir.
Hello? Yeah.
They offered her the 2 million naira and she refused.
She refused bluntly. She cried out that it was her children that are poor, and I know very true that it was her son that she needed. And could they be offering you money in place of living herself? She refused bluntly.
God bless you very much, sir. I will do my best to let the whole world know the truth.
Yeah.
Because the father has been crying that it is you only try to help him.
Now, so in this video now, the same man whom she claimed told her to change her story, whom you have heard said that he has never ever done so. In fact, that there was nothing on earth that could be more shocking than him hearing Ruth saying such thing. And you know, Ruth made it look like after this case come up was when she met this man. That was what she told Prophex, that it was the pastor who told her not to tell Prophex the truth.
Daddy, it is one pastor from CAC that called me, said, telling people are looking for me. I said, what? He said, please, can you just tell me how the thing happened about your missing child? Before the Moses now called, I received the call from one of the pastors from CAC in Warri, Delta State there. Mm-hmm. I said like this to her, say, now me do myself. I will not send Triumph to show where they for the set in the so now you send that. I said, now me send that, no go feel like. Now me send that, say, make the show and where it is for the buy Indomie because you don't know where they for the sell Indomie. As I take here, now me send that. The pastor say, no, if you talk like this, they will hold you. If you want anybody, don't talk so like this. So, and I say, okay. He said, we are together, helping you. We are together, helping you. That is what the pastor told me.
Okay, wait. So you went to the pastor after testimony disappeared and you told him the true story. You did not lie to him. You told him the true version of the story.
Yes, I told him the true story.
And this pastor, he influenced you to change the statement.
Yes, he said, don't say like this because they will hold you responsible. That you know what happened to testimony. That is what the pastor now advised me.
What is the name of the pastor? What is the name of the pastor that advised you that you should not say the true statement, but you should?
Did you call Ruth? Did you call Ruth when she was in Warri during this case?
Huh?
Did you speak to Ruth recently on the phone?
After that very particular incident of 2019,
Can you imagine?
I think about if after that time I called the father, how are they? Since 2019 to this, I speak as a man of God in gospel truth. I've never spoken to her.
Jesus.
There has never been any communication since 2019 till date.
Wow.
There has never been any communication.
Can you now see that there are a lot of conspiracy, there are a lot of lies? Ruth said that in the video I just played before I play Pastor Akonde's voice note. Ruth said it to Prof S. Is this man that said I should not tell you the truth? Let me finish this, because you see, we cannot continue to say we are fighting for justice.
Even the phone I was using, the phone I used then, which the father used to call me and give me a number, long ago I had misplaced the phone. So I don't think, since for more than 2 years, I didn't have her number. I've never, if there's anything, I didn't have anything to do with it because I didn't know her. It's only the father. So even if I had anything, that was discussion.
It will be the father. And there's one more thing that she said.
You hear what she said, that we're meeting for the first. She said she met me for the first time.
Yes, that is correct.
So somebody I was meeting for the first time, who had given the father a version of the story, and the same story she told you. So what is my business?
Oh my God.
That it was the pastor who told her not to tell the prophets the truth. But here you hear the man that since after the case, in that 2019, he has never had any dealings with Ruth. But here you see him also corroborating part of the stories that Ruth has said. That absolute truth, it was that Jeremiah's camp tried to bribe Ruth with 2 million naira. There was something I said in a particular video where I said, if I can analyze this video or this event based on some other branches of the video of this incident that I've seen in the videos coming out from Jeremiah's camp, and I will still do that. But I just want you to reason along with me. I said in the title that Jeremiah has much to explain. He has a lot to explain. He has a lot to explain because now he offered Ruth 2 million naira. Now the question should be, why the desperation to shut the woman's mouth? And looking at Ruth's condition, a poor woman like her, if there was nothing these people are hiding, 2 million naira is much. By 2019, the value of 2 million naira is close to 5 million naira that this other woman was offering her now. So if Ruth was offered 2 million naira as early as 2019, when the case was still at the hands of the police, and right there in the police station, this thing was done, and Ruth that time rejected the 2 million, and she is only interested in having her son testimony back. Then the question is this: why are they so desperate to offer Ruth such amount of money? Because such an amount of money was capable of making an angel, swear allegiance. But Ruth continued to be consistent with the fact that she needed her son back. Now fast forward now to 2022, and there was this case being revisited now, and somebody who called Ruth was desperate also to offer her 5 million and a new car, and had already made deposit of 100,000. Now the issue is this: what was in it, or what is in it that they are trying to cover up? Jeremiah recently came out and said, what if that baby comes out? See, nobody makes such statement if that person does not have an idea, a knowledge of where such results could be achieved, how such results could be achieved. But I guess that he probably has sensed something, or somebody has advised him otherwise, that doing so would implicate him, and so he came out to change his story. Now the question also to be answered is, if Ruth, or if this story the church doesn't know about it and Jeremiah doesn't know about it, I want to repeat what I have said before. A lot of you who would not understand me, when a certain Ufoma came out and said he has worked for Jeremiah Omoto Fufeyin, and he has killed for a certain pastor at BDC roundabout, and these are same people in the same area in Warri, and I did analyze that video, and I said, this man here is lying. That I said so does not mean that I was exonerating Jeremiah and that I was making Jeremiah a saint, but I sincerely thought within my spirit, and I found Ufoma lying. Ufoma may be a ritualist. Ufoma may have gotten his hands soaked and stained with blood, but for him bringing those churches in, there was something that somebody was trying to achieve. I did that, and you know what, that video didn't go viral because I didn't add volume to what he said and then brought Jeremiah into it, bring the other pastor into it, and then begin to pump them and call them bad names. It didn't go viral, but I just want to stand in the middle and deliver the truth. And so the truth here is that, going from the roles that Jeremiah and his people played, Jeremiah has a lot to answer. And until Jeremiah comes out to give answers to this damning allegation, you're bribing a woman with 2 million naira just as she was crying for her son. What were you giving her the money for? What was the money for? I was discussing with somebody, the person was trying to tell me that somebody who has a big name would want to do such in order to not allow his name to be spoiled. Then I put this question to him. In case you are here and you are thinking in that same way, I want to ask you a question. What is it that somebody can accuse you of? Maybe you are the richest man in Africa and somebody came and is shouting that you raped her, or that, no, let's not use rape, that you killed, or that you stole a baby, and then this thing has gone to the police station, and then you are offering the same person money. What are you offering? Are you offering her money in order to validate the point that, okay, I did this, but please, I don't want you to speak again? How can somebody actually pay to get the silence from a person for an offense he never committed, when you have the power, the capacity to pursue the case logically and extract the truth and get the truth and get justice? I mean, Jeremiah has nothing to lose if he has logically followed the case till the end, howbeit as a man of God he claims to be. Now, but number one, the way they sent Ruth out of the complex, and the role that they played, because I keep saying, if they had played their very good role, the role that they were supposed to play, we will not be talking about Ruth and her son. We will not be talking about Jeremiah in 2022. This case would have remained buried. It would have remained dead if Jeremiah had acted the way he was supposed to have acted. So I will leave you here. I will come with a part 2 of this video if the atmosphere is right. All I am telling you here is that, believe you me, there are still more to this story that has not been unearthed. There is something I believe Ruth knows that she is not telling us. There is something that Jeremiah knows that he is not telling us. I'm not going the way of people who are saying that Jeremiah fathered that son. I am not going that way, please. That is not my concern, and I don't think that that is true. But I'm just looking at it from an angle of something that we have at hand, and many people have been overlooking that. Please, while we want Ruth's son returned, we also must not keep a blind eye to the fact that there is something that has brought some kind of doubt and that has made the story very inconsistent. But one thing that we will not deny is the fact that baby testimony has not been found. Thank you so much, brethren. I'll be seeing you in the next video soon. But then I would like you to please share this video. Consider joining the membership of this channel, please. Consider being a support to us. And I appreciate those of you that have already done so. God bless you. Thank you very, very much. Till I come your way again in the next video, I remain yours in the Lord. From me to you, shalom.